you ready for a little Southern humor mixed with relevant topics we can all relate to? We're about to pull back the curtains and mix it up. Scoot your chair up. It's time to talk about all the things and ask all the questions. Welcome to Get It Together, y'all.
Hi, everybody. We're so glad that you joined us today. My name is Cindy Larson, and I'm the host of Get It Together, y'all. My co-host, April, is not on camera today because I have a table full of my tribe. And so she is off camera, but she will be helping us in every way we need her to be. So we want to do a big shout out to April today. But I am very excited. At the table today, you have my tribe, the PTO girls. Yeah. So I know.
Yes.
Well, let's start the show off by raising our glasses and doing a cheers to us. And we would love for you to join us. This cheers is brought to you by Arbonne Fizz. We're fizzing it today. But if you follow me at all, you have seen over the years where I will do the most awesome things with these ladies. And we are a group of ladies that came together originally because our kids went to the same elementary school, and we were asked by the same who asked us to be on to serve on PTO.
Deborah Stanley.
Deborah Stanley. Okay, so with all the people who over the years would really like to be in the PTO ladies club, she's the only one that we might, consider inviting along sometime, because she is why we're all here. And I don't know what she saw in me, except that I didn't say no when she asked me to serve on this board. And all these other ladies are very well qualified. I, however, am not. But I brought the fun, and I learned a lot about friendships. And did we serve together for 2 years as PTO?
Yes.
And they kind of kicked us out. So they said we had term limits. I didn't think that was a thing, but I think that we just were jiving so well that they said, I think we're through.
We're done now. Created term limits
so go around the table and introduce everybody, and then we're just going to get into it because we have so much to cover. And I just want all of you to get to know all of them. And whenever I post and say something about the PTO ladies, you'll know who I'm talking about, and you'll know a little bit more about these wonderful ladies. But we have Ashley Dill. Hi, Ashley. Hello. And she is, we're going to get into all that. Monica Charlton. Yay, Monica. These two ladies, you're originally from what school did you? St. Louis area.
Yes, ma'am.
And then went to Kentucky.
Went to Murray State University in Kentucky. Yes,
ma'am.
Yeah. Go Racers.
And then this young lady is originally from
Tippecanoe, Indiana.
Oh my gosh! And then went to
Indiana University.
Yeah. Yes. Oh my gosh! There's so much that I want to talk about. And then you moved to Memphis, and then that's when you came here.
Yes.
On this side of the table, we have Donna Swift. Yay, Donna. And where did you go to school?
Oh, I'm from Clarksville, Tennessee.
I'm
really local.
You're the most local.
Yeah.
Yeah. Were you born in
Clarksville? Yes.
Oh my gosh, you are
so
OG.
long ago that the hospital's been demolished.
Oh wow. Oh. Hey, we gotta burn this one down.
But yeah, so 65 miles, something like that.
Okay. Miranda Hatcher is there on the end. Hi, Miranda.
Hi.
And you are the youngest of all of the tribe, and we all wondered what our group was gonna, the dynamic, because here you were wagging a toddler like a baby on your hip the first time we all got together. How many years ago?
What did we say?
19.
19.
Yes.
She was pregnant. Yeah, you were pregnant.
Bryce on my hip, and Carson was in my belly.
Oh my goodness. How close are they?
3.5 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that was our, so when we served our I want to do so much, my brain is just exploding, but I just want to get this, kind of foundationally. When we were first asked to form this this PTO at our school, our kids' school, we were primarily supposed to be fundraisers, don't you think? I mean, nobody really wanted us to be on paper. We were, we had a lot of information. We
The
we
word
took
is
ourselves.
confrontational.
We had so many good ideas,
Yeah,
and
we did.
then we would
We
take
did.
them
We
to our sweet little principal. Is she still alive?
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have
Kind
no
of
idea.
disconnected. I don't know.
I don't know. I would assume so.
Okay.
Yeah,
We
she
didn't kill her.
Yeah.
We didn't.
Oh my gosh, yeah. That came
Probably
close.
felt like we did a couple.
I
You
came
came
close.
close.
I came
You
close.
came close.
Yeah,
That
I
was
did.
And I was
Even-
witness to that.
Oh man,
Confrontational.
you climbed over the desk at some point. I I don't remember what it was, but I just remember.
Oh, I do.
You did.
Oh, yeah, you and I
Yeah.
were there. It
Yeah.
was just the three of us with the principal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
I
C
was
principal.
enjoying the show.
Mhm.
So
Yeah. I was just very passionate.
Oh,
that
you
day.
were so
That is the
passionate.
word. You were very
so
passionate.
And I was the most shocked by you. I think.
That's like, dang that woman.
Oh man, no, I just wanted to be you. Like I'm like, how do you have so much? Just like, and then I learned you're German.
Yeah.
And I go, okay,
And
you know.
that answers that.
That answers that. So you were young and spicy, but
Mm.
you were so confident, and you just kind of, you just knew. Like, were you president?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So there again, I just felt like I was the most matronly of the group, and that I would take everything to prayer. And I would be like, well, we're going to pray about this at Mom's in Touch. And
Thankfully.
then pretty soon I'm like going, well, what are we going to do? Like, we need to call a meeting. And I was all in the middle of the, excitement, because I'm like, well, that's what we do. So we got together how often? Month? Did we get together every
Oh,
month?
it depends. If we had,
Oh.
if we
Depended
had a
on what was
project
going
going
on.
on,
It was a
it was,
fundraiser.
it
We
was
Daily.
yeah, daily and all night long.
Yeah.
Oh, all
time.
night long.
All night.
And
table.
it was too much fun. It was too much fun.
It was
got,
fun.
It got
It
to
was
be
a lot
too
of
much
work,
fun.
but it was fun.
It was a lot of work.
Yeah.
But I can only remember the fun.
Yeah,
And-
absolutely. I do.
We
Yeah.
changed that school for the better.
We
Yes, we
did.
We did.
Absolutely.
I don't know what
We
we
brought the
did, but
fun.
we did it.
We brought the fun.
We
the
did.
Valentine social,
Oh,
the
Valentine's
the
social.
carnival,
Yeah.
the
I decorated.
talent
Talent
show.
show.
Strawberry.
all the
Oh, I brought the
oh yeah.
fountains going. What do we do?
Yes.
I mean,
Yes.
it looked on point. That looked like a 5-star catered gym.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Still smell
Five-star
bad.
catered gym.
Look damn good.
So anyway, those were so much fun. It was so much fun to do all that, and I kind of got jaded. Now when I'm asked to, buy some cookies or something, I have this roll my head and eyes in the back of my head going, I bet they're not keeping up on Sally. I bet she's like money laundering out of her back pocket. I don't think I could trust my check to Sally. Anyway, I'm ruined. But after we served our term, was it a term? It was like a
Sure.
yeah,
It was a turn.
yeah,
It became kind of like a sentence at
Yeah.
the end.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
We were
not
ready to
because
move
of
on.
not
Yeah, we were ready to
because of
move on.
us.
No.
Like not because of us.
Oh,
Because
heck
to
no.
prove that we grieved that we were like, okay, how do we vow to stay friends? And so to kind of further explain how cool this all is, nobody really had known each other previous to showing up at the table and introducing ourselves, and we all had very different family dynamics. I mean, not that different. I mean, we all had husbands and children and stuff like that. But what we would learn is that none of us had attended the same church, or I guess you guys, at one point, you guys lived in the same neighborhood,
Yeah,
and
we
you
did.
guys lived in the same neighborhood.
Yeah.
And I wasn't too far from I mean, we weren't too, because our kids were zoned for this school, right? But then we started having dinner or lunch. We get together once a month. And then we were like, we need to go out of town. Like, when was our first out of town trip?
Was that in the mountains?
Probably.
I'm sure.
I think we went to
Should have wrote
Gatlinburg.
all that
Yeah.
down. We
I
could,
know.
Yeah.
go back.
We can piece it together if we look at the pictures.
Yeah.
Yes.
I just remember somebody getting naked.
Oh,
running outside.
who was that?
Really?
Who was that? Dang it.
Oh,
Yes.
man. I
They were
remember
completely
It's
naked.
not that we're telling you it is.
Yeah, there were
Partially.
two.
the bacon, though. There was a
Oh,
bacon
yeah. I
on
gotcha.
cookie
Yeah.
sheet.
Yeah.
And, you know,
In
that
person.
that we nearly burned that cabin down.
Ooh.
And it wasn't because I got locked out of the house. It was because, we could have been chased by bears. I could have been chased. That bacon could have drawn
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
bears.
Absolutely.
We
I don't
knew
know. It
not
was
what we were doing.
pretty burnt.
But we have
I know
done.
there's lots of champagne corks in the
Oh,
woods.
yes.
off the desert,
Yeah.
Off
so
the desert.
Well, I wouldn't know about
some
that.
that we contributed to.
I wouldn't know about
Yeah,
that.
you wouldn't know about that, would you?
We're drinking fizz. We have, through all of the years, been through deaths of family members, um, divorce.
Divorce.
Right? Is that okay to say?
Absolutely.
We've been through our kids getting married, our kids getting divorced, our kids having babies, our kids being in the military. Your son is in the military right now.
Yeah.
What's the latest on all that?
Oh, he's actually in St. Louis right now.
He is.
And yeah, and unfortunately, it's not for a good reason though. It's because he
sorry.
needs training he's training to be a medic, special
Yeah.
forces medic, and he needs gunshot wounds and stab. He needs all
Like,
that. The
really?
violent. Oh yeah.
Like, they've got to shoot him?
No, they're not shooting him. No, no.
What you say?
No, but it's
This is why you've ruined me.
I'm sorry. I did not. I know.
Just
Stop.
say, these are my most dear friends, and
He
I've
had to
told
be
them.
shot, so he went to St. Louis.
Yeah, listen,
Because that was the best place that
I'm
happened.
going to figure it out.
Oh.
I'm going to tell you something. I don't tell people what to say and what not to say. And we don't always agree at this table. And that's part of the story that I want you to know, is that you don't pick a tribe and you don't have a lifelong 19-year friendship with the same 5 women and expect to breathe the same air. Like, we have iron sharpens iron, and our best moments of life are when we just say, oh, we call a 911. We've got to meet, and somebody's is calling an audible, and I know it's the second time this month, or we haven't, got anything on the books, but SOS,
Yeah.
I'm needing it. And we get together and we just like, "Ugh." And where am I wrong? And how many times do we go, I know I'm missing something. I know I have to be wrong here. What is happening to me? I can't get out of bed, or I can't breathe. And so real life happens, and one friend might be going, get it together, and slapping your face and doing the whole thing, and the other one is, their nature is to, honey, and it's all of that, but it's not all one thing.
Right.
And so I don't want to just sit down to the table and have an honest conversation with somebody who's just going to mirror my thoughts, because then if 2 people always agree, one person is unnecessary. So I want to hear, like, put me on the hot seat, and we have got little chairs all in this, center section. And at different times, different ones of us have been in the hot seat. Our husbands all love our dynamic because we come home better women. We come home
Absolutely.
stronger and more, in love with them. We don't have a bickering pull. Our personalities just make us better. And so anyway, each one of us do that in our own ways. And over the years, we need to do like a collage. So by the time this airs, I want to do a song. I want to layer a bunch of of our pictures over the years with "Thank you for being a friend. Travel down the road and back again. My heart is true. You're a pal and a confidant. And if we threw a party, it invited everyone we knew. You would see the biggest gift would be from me, and the card attached would say, "Thank you for being a friend."
Oh, no, no.
I probably have to pay royalties to have sung that song. But I just heard it in the car this week on the oldies station.
Yes.
Like going, I could see it like on the My Tribe show and the PTO girls. And I'm just going to do here's one. This is from Ashley's daughter's wedding, and I don't know. Can you get
was
me?
a fun
well,
night,
but
man.
it was a fun night. There were just so many fun things. You guys have just
And I
been
gotta
there.
say, we had this little picture booth, and I came in, and immediately the four of you were right there.
Yeah.
It was like, let's get our picture taken. Okay. And then you guys just were with me the whole night. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Very special time.
Yeah,
It was so
great.
special, and we didn't expect
much
it was
fun.
a big wedding, so we didn't expect you to come running in, and you didn't come running.
Well,
But
I didn't come
you-
running, but we'll get to that later maybe. But I did come running to you guys, and
yes,
and
yes,
what
you
was
did.
cool, actually, I would say that you guys came running to me, which was really sweet.
We
And my dear
absolutely-
friend Monica helped me find my shoes.
Where's my shoes?
Oh man,
Had to get those comfy shoes on.
Yes, I did. These are my kids.
I'm so happy for all those sweet memories. And I will say, just keeping it real, there are things that have happened to us over the years. You've had cancer. You've been diagnosed with MS. What's your eye disease?
Retinitis pigmentosa.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I can't say it.
That's a big word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And which means that over time your eyesight gets worse.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Probably be eventually blonde.
Okay.
Yep.
And we take all that with such we have such laughter, like we just are there. We're like, sometimes she'll need to go to the bathroom and she'll be, with her cane or something, and you'll be like, "I'll take her," and we'll go, nope, you're not.
No,
Nope.
we've done that
The
before.
blind
And it
leading the
is.
crippled.
The blind lead, yes, that's what we say. Or do you just laugh? I'm the eyes.
Yeah,
She's the feet. Somehow we make it.
And Donna, heart issues,
I
and
did.
so
did.
and
Had
different
that
things.
fixed, yeah.
Yeah, had that fixed.
Yeah, had colon issues, unfortunately.
Yeah. So
All good now, though.
All good now.
there will be
All
time,
good.
you're probably the only adult female that your doctor has had 4 other women come to.
Yeah.
We all were like, "Oh,
Yeah,
we're
she
going
was,
to this
She was a little
appointment."
wide-eyed, like, okay, who are these ladies? What are these ladies here for?
Yeah.
We all went to her doctor's appointment because what happened was leading up to, she's like, "Okay, I got to talk to y'all and I have serious news." And we're like, we had questions. And she's like, "You know what? We're all going to the doctor."
I said,
And
good question.
a good question. So I'm going to let you ask my doctor that. So we all come in there, like we're blood related and have a right to be there. And she's just nodding and we're just nodding. And we're like, "Yeah, we have some questions for you." And, but, one of the other really cool things when Donna got remarried
Mm.
and tell her
Yeah.
what happened.
Well, we were so excited, and I think, didn't it say, well, who's going to marry you? Where are you going to get married? I'm like, y'all should marry me, right?
Yes.
Y'all should marry me.
Yes.
And it was absolutely, I still have people coming up to me and saying that was the most fun and special wedding they have ever been to. I
Yeah.
mean, I love watching it. Everybody had a part.
Which we
and
still
it was-
haven't seen it yet.
Oh,
Yeah,
I have
we
to
need
show
a big
you.
screen.
We
Yeah.
need it on the big screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
But it was so sweet. And that was very special. That was very special. Cindy sang. And
We just all
it was
took part,
beautiful. Yeah.
and we each
Yeah.
you had somebody pray and somebody read the scripture and somebody.
Did
it
the
was just-
vows. Yeah.
It was fun.
great.
It's
Yeah.
incredible.
It was great. Yeah. But I mean that's what's so special about the 5 of us. And I know we're not, special with every, but this group is so amazing that we have spent some amazing celebrations together.
Mhm.
We have been through some big heartaches together.
Yeah.
And this is a non-judgmental zone
Yeah.
for us. I mean,
Mhm.
and we just take it in stride and we listen and support one another. And,
Yeah.
and it's unsaid. We don't say, okay, no, we're not going to judge anybody here. We're just going to listen. We don't say that.
No.
It's unwritten that we support each other and care about each other. I mean, I had one going to the hospital just the other night, and 2 are texting me, and one's driving with me, and the other one's coming behind us. So, staying with me in the ER. Supporting one another. I'll never forget going to Arizona, and Ashley didn't want to go up the hill
You're gonna make me cry.
to
again.
Yeah.
to that wonderful. It was such an emotional place, that spiritual place we were going to.
In Sedona, right?
Yes, in Sedona, and she was like,
What are they
she was like,
called?
I'm staying.
Vortex.
Yes.
Yeah, vortex.
She was like, I'm going to stay in the bus. It's not a big deal. She was really downplaying. I was like, no,
No.
you
Oh,
were
no,
going.
You turned around and you said, "Oh hell no."
Well, I did. I said, oh, hell no, you're going with us.
Yeah.
And you-
guys took me up there.
Yeah.
I still
Well, you
Like-
walked and we carried.
yes,
were like,
and then-
but
Behind you.
but
And then
it-
husbands
and
help
then
carry
husbands
you
on the way down.
Yeah.
That was. Every time I tell that story, I'm emotional about it, because
I'm
it was just
emotional
so
too, because
sweet.
it was definitely like the friends that took their friend, the paraplegic,
Oh, I know what you're
and
going to say.
lowered him through the roof to Jesus. And that's what
Yeah.
y'all were doing. You're like, no, you're
No,
not
you're
gonna be
going.
leaving behind. And,
No.
and we're
No,
taking you with
no
us.
woman left behind.
Nope.
No. And so,
Yeah.
thank you for that.
Absolutely.
It's still
That was
very
pretty
beautiful.
incredible. I remember we took a trip to where were we going that she couldn't go?
Memphis.
Memphis. We went to Memphis.
Cut her
Oh, and why was it that you couldn't go?
That was because Clark, my husband, had just left his job, and he was ready to say see ya to corporate. He had
Yeah.
enough, and it was
You need
a
to be
big
there for your
decision. And it was like, oh, I can't. Like, he literally did it the day that we were supposed to leave or something, or the day before, and I'm like, I can't leave him now.
Yeah.
But-
You know what? We all understood
Mhm.
and we hated it. I still hate it. But you know what was so much fun? Somebody had the bright idea to put her face on a stick.
Yeah.
And we
That was
carried
great.
it around, and she went to every place we went
Is it
to.
every
years
picture?
ago.
Every
It was.
picture.
Yeah. That
And
was hilarious.
and then when you got married, we wouldn't tell you where you're going to go.
Oh,
You
yeah.
it was
know,
so much
wouldn't
fun.
tell you where the plane was going. We got off and like, I don't know where I am. Like, we know.
Like,
Yeah,
yeah, that
hard
was
it
so
was to
much
keep
fun.
you from knowing, like, that was pretty.
Yeah, y'all kept
Y'all-
your mouth shut.
Did
We
Michael
did.
pack for you? Or
No,
did we
you,
tell you?
you told me what
Okay.
to pack,
Weather-wise,
weather-wise.
What the
Yeah.
weather would be.
Yeah,
Okay.
you told me weather-wise what to pack. Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
We've just
That
done
made
so
me
many
feel very
things.
special.
Yeah, we've just done so
Yeah.
many things, and
We have.
we have done big things. We've done small things, and we love it just the same.
Yeah.
Like now that we're older, we tend to plan a little bit more grand. But hey, we have done staycations that are just the bomb. Like we're like children, and
Pajamas all
lock
day.
us in and
Yes.
tell us we can't leave the house.
Yes. Oh, remember? Oh my gosh, in the mountains when we just ate and watched chick flicks for
Yes.
like
And play
2 days
games
straight.
and- yeah,
Oh, that was awesome.
that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Some of
So
them seem like they were just forever ago. When you
Yeah.
start talking about the different trips.
yeah.
They kind of were.
They were.
Yeah.
But what's
think that-
really great is, over time, I'll have these women individually, and we'll do, in depth. I have so many questions that I want to ask in front of a camera so that you can understand the kind of the advice, because I think these are some really wise women, and just kind of the life they've gone through that's so unique to me. Adopting twin baby girls, that is just
Yes.
incredible. What agency did you get them from?
Bethany Christian Services. Shout out to Bethany.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty amazing. And
It
then
was awesome.
you just have an incredible story, and that's not been easy.
No.
no, raising.
Well, I mean, I was a mama just like everybody else. Just
Yeah.
my family came together through adoption, but we still had our struggles
Yeah.
just like anybody else.
Mhm.
And just all of the life that everybody's kind of lived to this point, and we just cherish it. So where I feel like I grew up in a bubble, if you know me and know any of my story, I was raised in this little bubble that I really didn't go to school, and so all of this PTO, me being involved with my kids, was me because I was so scared about school. I didn't understand, the most basic instructions. Was just, it made me nervous. A number two pencil, is that just a regular pencil? And then I get with these ladies that just make me so much better and make me so much more confident. And they look to me and go, well, you're camera ready every time we go somewhere. And I'm going,
She is.
well, I'm just me, and they just let
much.
me be me, and I let them be them, and I don't try to make them be. Sometimes I do. I think I tried to make you. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm like, sometimes I'm going, okay, we're gonna have a photo shoot today.
Oh yeah,
But
we've done that.
yeah.
We need a little more blush on you.
There are your eyebrows.
Oh man, but everything is more fun with friends, and a lot of people don't know how to be a good friend. We have never really had jealousy amongst us. We laugh about how beautiful and sassy you were in your cute little low-rise jeans and all the crop tops and
young
things
stuff.
that you would get away with. The halter tops or whatever would be like, what?
Yeah.
She's
Oh
cute and
my,
sassy.
I know, but it's so cool. And whenever we're together with our husbands, they are proud to be the husbands of. And we all
No
have
doubt.
friends who have said, can I be in your club? And
yeah.
it's not even,
Well, and the guys have gotten to come on the trips.
I
Like,
know,
Yes.
lately,
Yeah.
we've
We
left
invite
them.
They
them.
enjoy one another.
We
Yes.
get 2 trips because we do our annual trip,
Yeah.
and then the boys get to come.
Yeah.
So it just
Yeah.
gives us more reason to be
Yes.
together.
Right.
And that is amazing, though, that our husbands get along so well
Yes.
and really enjoy. I mean, truly enjoy
Yeah.
each other's
Yeah.
company. That's awesome.
It's such a treat.
Yeah.
It
That
is.
was funny
It
though,
is.
because they were like, "When's it gonna be our turn? When can we go?"
Jeff's asking, he's like, all right, you got June and November. Which trip am I going to, and I'm like, oh.
I don't know. We'll let you know.
Don't
when
get
you
too
find out.
Yeah. Don't push it, or you might not go on either one.
Stay at home,
Easy.
buddy.
You don't get to go on every year's trip.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
But we've been to
Mhm.
Chattanooga. We've been to, we went to New Orleans.
New Orleans,
Yes.
Charleston.
Lost
Charles-
luggage.
Lost
we
luggage.
drove
That was
down to the lost luggage store.
I want to
That
go
was fun.
back there.
I know.
I know.
too.
I do too.
Oh.
Well,
Maybe
do.
that's what we do.
That's a good little trip.
Oh.
Yeah.
We will.
And I always find some quaint. Remember the little tea room that we ate at? It was an old home.
Yes.
Mhm.
Which trip did we go on where we drove all in one big Suburban,
Oh.
and we came back
We
so
did that a lot. Oh, Kentucky Lake.
Yeah.
we
Oh.
came
Oh,
back
yes.
strapping down.
Stopped at a gas station that had the
Furniture on the
cutest
roof.
little store. Like,
Oh,
what I
yeah.
thought.
You
What's a
come
gas
out with
station?
like a lamp.
She's like, I know. She's like, you're so neat. I said, oh, we'll find room
You're the
for
one-
him.
Yeah.
I was the encourager. Yeah, I was the encourager. We'll find room.
Oh yeah.
I'm
And we
always-
did.
And we did.
Yeah.
I'm always wanting to be the driver because I'm so confident. And I'm like, I'm going to let you guys off, and I'm going to find a place, and I'll be in there. And I remember in one of my favorite things to tell on myself and my, misplaced confidence. But I was driving one of your Suburbans, and I had parked, and I'm like, it was one of those, the outlet mall with the red roof.
Yeah.
It was one of the
yeah.
in Gatlinburg.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
And anyway,
I'm like, wait, where are we?
Regent Ford,
I'm like,
whatever.
where are we?
And so it was really busy. It was almost Christmas time, and I was really excited because a parking place opened up right in front of the store y'all were in. And so I got in there, and I'm like, I feel so proud of myself. So I went in and was, found y'all, and we were shopping, and I'm like, okay, I need to go out first because I've got the key. And I'm standing at the Suburban, clicking the door open, And I'm going, well, isn't this the berries? That car is unlocking. How is it that this remote is unlocking that car? And I'm just trying to figure out, like, could they
I
get
do
in
remember.
her garage too? Like, what is happening? And you all come out and go to that car. I'm going, never mind.
Okay.
I was so sure that I was standing at the right car, but it wasn't my car. So,
I do
give
remember
it that. They were
I
both
do
the
remember
same
that.
colored
Yeah.
vans or whatever. And it's like, all our bags. I'm going, where are you? Never mind. But I was so confident. I was like, this clicker's wrong.
Yes.
I'm
not
not
wrong.
I'm not. I can't be wrong.
I have to say this.
Oh,
My
no.
favorite driving story. It's telling on you. I can't, and I don't even. It's probably not going to compute on a podcast. But when we were in Fredericksburg, I don't even know if I was
Oh
in the
my
car.
gosh,
Some
we
people-
were in the parking lot
Okay.
waiting on you.
Okay.
What?
Some
You remember that?
people had
Oh,
been
you'll
dropped
remember.
off, and some were still in the car. And I don't know. The GPSs are half
Yeah.
off. And I don't know. I honestly don't know what happened. I just know Monica is like a race car driver anyway, and she's driving a car the size of a tank.
Yeah.
And like next thing I know, I don't know. I mean, surely we're not like spinning through the road, but it was
I
definitely.
whipped it. Like, I whipped it around into the park. Like, I'm like,
There was some tire squealing.
yes.
It was amazing.
was.
And all of the people on the street, and there were quite a few on either side of the street, 'cause we were in this little shopping thing, they all went,
Yep, all the-
along with
yeah.
me and Cindy at the same. We're like, oh wait, that's Monica.
You're welcome for the show.
Yeah. That's our ride.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Well, she can't see and she can't walk, and she's
Yeah,
she's
we all
trying
got
to
a little-
watch them, and so we got this.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Okay, I will tell you, this was recent. This was around the holidays. You two were in the vehicle. She went to the bathroom, was coming out. We were leaving. I was walking out with Ashley, and all of a sudden she said, "Hey," she was like, "Where's Miranda? Miranda's inside." And I was like, "Well," I was like, "Oh, she'll be fine." She was like, "No, she's the one that can't see." I was like,
It was dark
And I'm like,
inside.
It was very dark inside.
"Y'all are in the car. I'm trying to get Ashley safely to the
Yeah, you
car." And I'm like,
started to turn around to go get Miranda. They're like, wait,
I'm
wait,
gonna go.
I can't.
I was like, she was like, "I'm fine." I was like, "Okay, you're on your own. You're close."
You got this.
But it was kind of cute because it was dark and
Hey,
that's when
Donna
it
is. You are kind of the mother hen.
Oh,
You're
yes.
mama.
always-
Yeah, I'm the mama.
Yeah.
That's my
Looking out after
that's my job comes
Yeah.
into
Yeah.
or
Well,
protection.
your day job.
My day job is
is-
my protection. Yeah.
Well, tell them what your
So-
day job is.
I am a property manager, but I am employed at Christian Manor Apartments, which is a senior living facility for independent living seniors. So, yeah. So
We
we're
love to hear
constantly-
those stories.
Yeah. Well, and it's so funny because y'all have been such a help. Y'all have done all kinds of different things and helped me out when we were
I can
shorthanded and
be
did
hon-
voting on fun activities that we've had.
Be
so.
honest. You come to the dinner sometime, and you're needing to vent on some residents, and I give
So
you
cool.
some pretty bad advice. I do. I give you some. I remember one time you had just started working there, and you said this one lady comes in and she has complaints about every other resident in here. And I said, okay, remember how you did at school? Like all the teachers had this, like this system where you pull a card.
Yeah.
And you say, you're complaining again? We're pulling a card. You only have one. You sure you want this to be your card? Because you only got one more for the week. Like, I can give you some systems that would help cut those complaints
Oh.
down.
Okay, can you tell this
That's
story really
funny.
quickly? Because you do actually
What?
have the best advice. It's one of the things, one of your kids, one of your boys is totally messing up at school. You
Oh.
pull up in your curlers.
Oh
you're,
my
like,
gosh,
out
that
in
was
the
the
parking lot
best.
doing
The
something.
door, he left the door
Oh,
open. I think
man.
it was Daniel.
Well,
Well,
Daniel.
Daniel, we can't say. but-
Sorry.
Go ahead. This is okay. This is-
okay.
yeah.
Well, I think I remember what. So my middle son was hard to raise.
Oh, there's always one that is.
At least.
Always.
One time his little brother was sick with a cold, and I had gone to the gym and I had done a spin class or worked out in some way. And I came home and I had told him, I said, when I get home from my class at the Y, I'll take you to the doctor. And so he was sick as a dog, running a fever. So I had to, get all my, got Rachel and Daniel out the door. They got on the bus, and I went to the Y and came back. And I'm standing there going, okay, Andrew, let's go to the doctor. And I look over at Daniel's door, and it's all the way closed. And I realize that, that door is kind of hard to close all the way. You have to kind of lift up on the door for it to click. This house had settled wonky. And so I'm like, that door is closed all the way. And I opened it up, and he was laying in bed. Now, he was 15 or something. And he was laying in bed asleep, and I went in there and I just had a fit, and I started shaking him, and I said, you get yourself to school. I'm driving you to school. And what he had done was, when I left to go to the Y, he, kind of didn't get on the bus and got in the house a back way and just put himself back to bed. So I got him by the coat, and he's 6'4", and he was already tall, and I looking so bad. By the time we got to school, the class had let out, and so the high school was all full in the entryway. I park, and we go in, and I'm holding his coat the whole way. And I looked so bad that boys who had been to my house for dinner asked, who is that? I was so unrecognizable.
Oh my gosh.
And I walked him in, and I said, this young man skipped school, and he is going to go see the principal right now. And the ladies are, snickering because they knew me, they knew him. And anyway, that was one, and he was just humiliated. And I walked him down the hallway to the class he's supposed to be in. I was awful. And all the high school students were just turning and parting ways. And anyway,
Then you come through.
I wouldn't do that today. I apologize for that.
I think it's great.
Well, he
Sometimes
probably
you gotta
doesn't think
put your
it's great. As he just turned 30, so we've had to sit down, and I've told him, listen, I saved up for your therapy. I needed to, I understand. This was a lot. Being, my son. Another time he wanted me to drop him off. He was 15, so he wasn't driving himself yet to school, and he wanted me to drop him off way away from the building. This was after I had already humiliated him, and so I'm in my, in my big wide Mercedes, and he said, "I'm getting out now," and I'm going, "Now? I mean, like, we're way," and there's a bunch of kids walking past, and whoever it was, he just didn't want to be seen with me, and at that age, he didn't have a mom. He had been hatched, basically.
Yeah.
So anyway, he gets out, and he doesn't
This is
close
the story.
the door.
This
It's
is the
like
story.
it's just two, and I can't reach across the big old seat, and reach it. And so I'm like, he didn't realize that. Surely I went, burp. He kept walking away. Burp, burp. He kept walking, and I started trying to like gun it and slam on the brakes so the door would kind of do itself, because all I needed was just a latch a little bit, because I just need to get home. Anyway, I was doing that and going. I went up and almost hit him, and he comes around and he just slams the door, and I'm, thank you. Anyway, is that what you're talking about?
I think
I don't know. Is that funny?
That's funny. There was a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a lot.
As a young mom, I remember looking up to you and being like, "Oh man, she was really good.
Yeah.
Parents well."
I don't know.
Yeah.
It was humorous to us, but I think I ruined him. I don't know.
No.
What?
He's a great young man.
As
I was gonna
parents,
say, he's
though.
good kid.
Oh, he's a good kid, and he loves me. I'm so thankful. But we've had to talk about some stuff, And I'll just say, there are times as an adult of adult children, we're not prepared enough for that.
Yeah.
And I have friends that they have refused to have the sit down conversation with their adult kids for them to get some stuff off their chest, and I've had to sit for that. And sometimes they remember things that we don't remember.
Yeah.
And we can't sit there and say, you're making that up. You're a liar. You're trying to hurt me right now. Or you have to just let them have their memories, because just because it didn't lodge in your brain at all or the same way doesn't mean that that's not been their reality for a long time. And they have rehearsed it for a long time. And so, there are times when we've just had to have those tough conversations, and I've cried. I'm going, that hurts me too. Like, I'm so sad about that. I can't say when, and I'm just gonna, cause this show is, all about pulling the curtains back and just talking. One time, one of the things, and I'll just tell on myself, is that he said one time he was on stage doing sound check in youth service for youth church, and I walked by, and I was on my way to I was on a different stage that morning. And he says that I said, turn around and said, sing on pitch or don't sing at all. And he said, I stopped singing at that point. And I'm like, oh, and I just cried. I don't remember doing it. That's a terrible thing for a mom to have done. And especially a mom who'd been a professional, vocalist for all these years. And he was already struggling with the fact that, I'm a perfectionist or whatever. And so he remembered that. And one day he just said, I want to talk to you about something. And I just cried. And I said, I don't remember doing that, but that's an awful thing. And it didn't matter that I was in the middle of a stressful time. If I would go back and, well, you had no idea what I was dealing with. That didn't matter. And it's just, and those are the kind of things that we have to be ready to set for. But there are a lot of funny things. Oh my goodness. And one of the things that I thought of today, I was part of this show, and I haven't really done it justice for this program, but some of the things that we do on a regular basis, we talk about fun facts, and we talk about Southern Mother advice and moments, and we usually leave with a weekly challenge and all this kind of things. But I was doing a little prep for the show in case we got around to it, but some facts. And I learned that, hang on, let me get this. I thought it was so funny. Kim Kardashian, this is a fact. So if it's not a fact, and Kim, you get wind of this show, you can let me know. I'll be glad to retract it. But supposedly, and you can't be the only one, Kim Kardashian has a glam clause in her will that says if she's ever incapacitated, that her hair and makeup and nails, her glamour routine will continue.
Oh,
I like it.
Yes.
I like it.
really?
Yes.
Yeah.
I like that too.
Yeah,
and
I
I'm
like
like,
that.
you know what? I am I'm all about that. So I'm like, oh, I'm gonna write that down. Glam clause.
Yes.
And she can't be the only one.
Okay,
But what
and ladies, if Cindy goes she's incapacitated.
Yes.
we
Gotta
have
work
to
the
go.
glam
Yeah.
squad.
Who's gonna do
But
her?
it won't
who's
look as
gonna do
good
her
as what
feet?
she does, but we
Oh,
can do
it's
it.
gonna look terrible.
We can do it, but
would any of y'all have a glam clause in your, like, or is there something that you would want to continue if you
Lipstick.
weren't able?
I would.
Lipstick.
Okay.
I would
Pluck
definitely.
my
I'd
eyebrows.
plug in-
but
Yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah.
would definitely.
chin
I've
hair.
got that
Yes.
chin hair. I've already told
yeah.
Elena that. I'm like,
Yeah.
listen,
Yeah,
if
don't
you
let
see
that-
it and I don't catch it, you
Oh,
got to
yeah.
do something.
Yeah.
we would take care of that. We'd go.
Yes, thank you.
I remember
Go,
when my
go get me a
boys were
big
little.
shaver. I'll shave her too.
My dad sits in his rocker and goes,
Oh yeah.
watching TV. Price is Right. I'm going, oh my God. You've got to be kidding me. But when my boys were little at one of our old houses, one time I looked up and I saw Andrew or Dan. And one of my boys, might have been both of them. Anyway, one of them was standing there watching me. And I said, what you doing? And they said, watching you put on your lipstick. It was Daniel. He said, I'm watching you put on your lipstick. And I said, oh, okay. I said, well, I need you to listen to me. I got down on his level and I said, now that you bring it up, I need you to have makeup lessons on me. And if you ever find me in the bed dead, I need you to know what to
my
do.
God.
did
I am
not
sure
say
that
that
was
to
not
Had a
him.
meeting
at
with all
all.
my kids. I
That may
said,
be why you
Oh,
need to
yeah.
have
Rachel,
counseling.
I said, she was older. I said, Rachel, you're in charge of the eyelashes.
Oh,
And I laid out all my and they thought I was serious. I kept it going for a minute.
oh.
And I'm like, y'all need to know, find me in the bed dead. You do this before you call 911.
Oh my God.
Oh my word.
Original glam claw.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
That sounds like it.
Made
Yeah.
me think of that. Oh my gosh. Don't you miss your kids being little?
Oh, absolutely.
I have found myself having dreams
Oh.
just about when, like, of them being little. Like,
Yeah.
I have
Yeah.
a dream that Watson was 5 years old, or I have a dream that Evan was, 7 or something.
Oh, they were so cute too.
Oh, they just loved us so
Oh,
much.
yes.
Like they
Yeah.
wanted to hug us. Yes.
They wanted to be around us.
Yes.
They
Now
loved what
it's-
I picked out for them to wear.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
They loved it.
I
And then all of a sudden
Evan
they
never
didn't.
liked
They
I
thought
put-
we hung the
picked out.
moon.
Yeah.
Like
For a
seriously.
while, yeah.
Yeah.
That was
Until
nice.
they get about 15. I have a theory.
And then they
I-
come full circle though.
They do.
As
They come back.
Yeah,
They
they
come
come
back.
Yeah, it's
You
tough.
just have
It's
to-
a tough.
Nice.
It's a tough 10 years.
It is.
You know?
I agree.
Yeah.
And it's a good 10 years.
I always say that
I would say
aliens.
it's 10 years.
Yeah, I always say that aliens, like about middle school, and aliens come and like swap bodies or
Yeah.
something,
Yeah.
and like they take our kids away and there's an alien in
Yeah.
place of them.
Yeah.
And then finally, like, whatever they're doing, where, the alien's time is over and then
Yeah.
they swap back.
Well, I have a theory, and I don't know how to prove it, but I believe that Satan was 15 when he was kicked out of heaven.
Ah.
He knew more than God, right?
Yeah.
And
And that's about the time that they think they know it.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. So I think Satan was
13, 14,
13,
15.
14, 15. Yeah, that's about right. But then all of a sudden you become, wonderful again.
Yeah.
But
And
it takes
and
a
it is
good
great
long
to have
time.
adult
It is.
children.
Yeah.
It is. It's a whole new fun.
It is. I agree. It is.
So you have what are
I
your daughter's married and
Evan got married a year and a half ago.
she has a
To
degree.
Richard.
What's her
Yes, her undergrad is in environmental science, and then she decided to go back and get a social work degree, and she is currently a middle school counselor for seventh grade is her grade. She's at a middle school here in town, kind of a lower income school
wow.
that it's
Married
awesome.
to a nurse?
married to Richard, who is a nurse. Yes, ma'am, and he is working in a clinic that's associated with Ascension,
That's amazing.
St. Thomas,
That's great.
Midtown, and kicking butt.
And then your son?
Yes, a son, Watson, who is 3 years younger than Evan, and he graduated college about 2 years ago now, and is working in Washington D.C. in a Senate office. So
Awesome.
That's crazy.
And
That's
then
awesome.
we talked about the one son that's
Yep.
in the military. He's going to
Austin's-
be a Green Beret, right?
It's
Can
what
you
he's
say
training.
that? Okay.
Can't say much more.
Okay.
But
right.
yeah,
All right.
but yep, he's training. So
Yeah.
Austin, yep, he's 27,
Yeah.
and then Elena is 25, and she graduated in marketing and communication, and she just moved into the cutest little bungalow, 1920s bungalow
No
in Germantown.
way.
Oh,
That's
wait.
awesome.
I want to
Yeah.
move in with her. So
We can't wait to see it.
I know.
Might have something to say about
I know.
that.
He probably wouldn't like that. But yes. And then my youngest, Graham, is 21, and he is a junior at Indiana University.
Yeah.
And he is now living his best life studying abroad in Barcelona, Spain.
Wow.
He's just
Yes.
So fun.
he's
He
traveled
is-
everywhere
he is
on the
living his best life.
weekend.
That's awesome.
Barcelona.
Barcelona. we found like we have a lift. Won't say
Yes,
that.
we do. Speaking of that, another fun fact that I was looking at today: what are the two countries that still allow their workers during the day to take a nap?
Is it Mexico or Spain?
Well, Spain is
Spain.
one of them.
All right.
Yeah, and Italy.
Oh, I knew that. Yes, because they do.
That's
They
why I
close their
wanna-
shops
Yeah.
down in the
live
middle
in
of the
Italy.
day.
Yeah.
Nice.
They do. They
Take
close
a
their shops
nap.
down.
Yeah, I love
We
it.
could hang with
think we-
that, couldn't we?
Yeah, I think
Oh,
we need
yeah.
to do
Yeah,
that.
absolutely.
I
Absolutely.
would definitely love some of that.
And then I think the best place to be a chef would be like Mexico, because every single dish is made from meat and cheese and a tortilla.
Yeah.
Just wrap it up a
Like,
little
how many
different.
different things
Yes.
can you do with that? So talk about your daughter.
My babies, I've
Yeah.
got twin daughters that are 25. And that just sounds so crazy that they're
Mm.
Yes.
25. Yeah. And I've got Chapel. She is, she graduated in December from MTSU. It's psychology, and she's going to get her major, her master's. She starts in August at Trevecca. She's going to get her master's, and she's working in a place in Brentwood now. So she's trying to make all that dynamic work, and she's engaged to Dalton. So yeah, so there's a lot going on with her. She's a busy girl.
And then Hannah
And
is a new mommy.
Hannah is it's, 18 months now?
Wow.
I know. Hannah's a great mommy. And it's great to see your child watch from the outside, to watch your child be a parent.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And that's awesome. And then I've got a precious grandson named Jax.
Yeah. That's
He-
awesome.
Yeah. So,
Love it.
yes.
Tag, you're it.
All right, I'm it. So you're on the granny side of the table.
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
True.
We are on the granny
So
side.
Oh,
I
yeah.
have 3, and my oldest is Kelsey. She's 29, and she's the one that just had the baby. And
So you got an early start.
I got an early start. Yes,
Yeah.
I was a teen mom, so I got pregnant with her in high school.
Yeah.
So she's like my best friend, because there's not much between us. You know,
Yeah.
we joke that we're gonna be in the nursing home together someday, and that's great. You know, because she's my best friend, so that's great. Yeah. So she is married to Ryan and just had our first grandbaby Layton back in January, and then Bryce is our middle, and he's in college. He's a junior. He's Graham's age. He's over in Knoxville at University of Tennessee, and then our youngest is Carson, and he's in high school. He's a junior. And
Football.
He's
You're
our
a-
football player. Yeah, he's
And
our
comedian.
comedian. Very, very witty.
Yes.
He
He's
keeps
a
us
lot
on
of
our
fun.
toes. We call him our wild card. We love him. Yeah.
That's so awesome.
Yes.
And of course, mine, my youngest, Andrew, he works in criminal justice, and he helps, works for an organization that transports inmates across state lines. And so he does that. And it's funny, recently I was going through a storage unit, and all these boxes that I was trying to eliminate the storage, unit, and I was going through boxes that had come from the house that in Hendersonville, where we all were neighbors, and it was very emotional. And I was talking to somebody, a client today on the phone, and I'm going to be working with her in her house, and she was saying that she was going through and purging a lot of things, and she said, I didn't realize how emotional that process is. And I said, oh no, I can attest. It feels like, if you can, go through things and you look at a box and go, oh, I know what that is, but go ahead and sort through it, because you might need to just let go of some of those artifacts. You have the memory or you don't have the memory, and, come to terms with it. But I let a lot of things go, just like, okay, I think, I think I can do it. Like I was not the best mom in the way that, like, I didn't put a lot of art on the refrigerator. I'm sorry. I would love it, and I would, keep it for a little while, but then it would go in an envelope, like a file or whatever. And but I kept certain things, and of Andrew, because he's now, in law enforcement or whatever, in criminal justice. All of his childhood drawings were him holding rifles and flags on everything. And
Like Austin
that's
That
would
was
be, right?
Austin.
Isn't
All
that
his was
funny?
just, it was all military drawings and all that stuff too.
yeah, when I
That's so
first moved
funny.
in the house that was over there by y'all, I remember going to a meet the neighbors kind of get together that the ladies were having a Bible study, and we went around the table, and I was introducing myself and the age of my children, and Andrew was about 6 or something, and I said, he's so cute. He's got red hair. And one of the neighbors said, does he lay in the ditch with a shotgun? I'm so sorry. And he was so smart. He would take black tape and tape off the red end of the toy.
Yeah.
So because that didn't look real.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's not a real gun. And I'm like, Andrew, you can't be laying in the ditch and acting like you're going to shoot people. Oh, but anyway, that was him. And he drives a red car. And one of the papers from from Nanny Berry, our school, the teacher had said there was a fake $100 bill, and it said, if I had $100, I would, and he put buy a car, and it was a picture of a red car, and he drives a red car. So I'm like, you are who you always were going to be. And then Daniel, our older son, he's an airline pilot, and he has his license to do that, but his job is he works for Amazon in shipping. Well, he had this very detailed semi-truck drawing in his file, airplanes. He is an astrophotographer. He has a special camera that takes pictures of stars and all these moons and stars on his paper. No guns, no flags. He and his brother were in their own zone then. And Rachel, our 34-year-old, she's a new mommy and the best mommy. And she works from home. And so she's got her hands full. Her papers are all about, I love my brothers, my mommy and daddy. It was all family.
Yeah.
And food and movies.
Me too.
So anyway, it's just so cute because who our kids were are who they are who they are. And I just love it. And I love each one of y'all. I love each one of your kids. We have so much more to talk about in future shows, but I hope you've enjoyed today's podcast with my clan, my girls, my PTO girls, and we hope that you will join us next time on Get It Together, y'all.
Cheers.
Cheers.